The Sean Diddy Combs federal trial continues to unfold with courtroom bombshells. And this time, it's not just the testimonies drawing attention, it's the jury itself. Juror number 6 has officially been dismissed from the case. And let's just say, it's stirring up some serious questions about fairness, race, and what really went down behind the scenes. Let's get into it. Judge Arun Subramanian made the call to dismiss juror number 6, a 41-year-old black man, citing major concerns over his candor. Translation: the judge felt like this juror wasn't being completely honest about where he lives. At first, the juror told the court he resided in New York City, which would qualify him to serve in the Southern District of New York. But later, he claimed he might actually be living in New Jersey with his girlfriend. That discrepancy alone raised red flags. But it didn't end there. Soon after, things got messier. The judge confiscated the juror's phone after reports surfaced that he may have discussed the case with a colleague. In a high-stakes trial like this, that kind of move is a big no-no. The court needs to trust that jurors are neutral and not being influenced by outside conversations. So, on June 16th, Judge Subramanian dismissed him from the panel, replacing him with a 57-year-old male accountant from Westchester. Now, you'd think that would be the end of it, right? Wrong. Diddy's legal team did not take this lightly. They came back hard, submitting a letter of appeal claiming that there was no valid basis for the removal. They argued that dismissing this particular juror would cause substantial prejudice to Combs, especially given the juror's race. In their own words, unfortunately, when considered against that background, it is impossible to believe that this motion is merely a good faith attempt to raise a valid question about the juror's integrity rather than an effort to take advantage of an opportunity to strike yet another black male from the jury. This isn't just about one juror anymore. Combs's legal team is hinting at racial bias and suggesting that the pattern of removing black male jurors might not be accidental. They even requested a mistrial if the dismissal went through. But the judge wasn't swayed. Juror number 6 was out. And as if the drama surrounding that juror wasn't enough, another member of the jury is now also under scrutiny. Court officials are looking into whether that second juror had an improper conversation about the case. His phone was also taken for review, and while no decision has been made yet, the possibility of another dismissal looms large. Meanwhile, outside the courtroom, things were just as intense. Kanye West made a surprise visit to the courthouse on June 13th, reportedly to show support for Combs. Although Ye didn't actually enter the courtroom, he stayed in the overflow room. His appearance was noted. And yes, it stirred up media buzz, as expected. Inside the courtroom, however, the trial's content remains disturbing. The testimonies from Combs' ex-girlfriend, referred to as Jane, continue to shake the room. From harrowing accounts of alleged abuse and manipulation to claims of hotel nights that reportedly lasted over 3 days, Jane's story paints a grim picture of their relationship. She alleges that she was financially dependent on Combs and that his control extended far beyond money into coercive sexual acts, threats to release sex tapes, and physical assaults. Jane even testified that she suffered from chronic infections and physical injuries during their time together. And according to her, all of it was tied to her need to keep Combs happy, because he was paying her rent and providing her allowance. One of the most haunting allegations? That she participated in a hotel night on her birthday, even though she made it clear she didn't want to. She said she just sat on the couch and waited for it to be over. And remember the infamous Cassie Ventura lawsuit? Jane said she fainted when she read it. According to her, the experiences detailed in that lawsuit mirrored her own so closely that she felt like she was reading her own story. The similarities were so exact, she said. I am disgusted. It was sexual exploitation. While Combs continues to maintain his innocence, his defense team has been fighting to keep the trial on track their way. So far, Judge Subramanian has denied 2 separate motions for a mistrial, including one stemming from accusations that witnesses lied about an incident where Combs allegedly dangled a woman off a 17th floor balcony. Even more shocking, that same witness, Bryana Bongolan, testified in court recounting how she was lifted and held over the railing by Combs in 2016. She said she feared for her life and still suffers nightmares from the experience. Combs's lawyers have accused her of fabricating the story, calling it perjured testimony. Throughout all of this, the courtroom has seen its fair share of interruptions. On June 18th, the trial was delayed because one of the jurors, yes, a different one, called out sick with vertigo. With June 19th reserved for Juneteenth, the judge scheduled a shortened court day for June 20th. But the uncertainty around the jury's health and reliability continues to cast a shadow over the proceedings. So, here we are. One juror dismissed, another under investigation, mistrial motions stacking up, and a defense team claiming racial bias and unfair proceedings. Meanwhile, testimonies detailing alleged abuse, control, and trauma keep piling up. This case isn't just about a music mogul on trial. It's about power, influence, race, and the very integrity of the justice system. And as we head deeper into the trial, one thing is clear. The courtroom battles are just as fierce as the accusations themselves. Stay tuned, because this trial is far from over.